last backstage fight or backstage altercation I'll ask you about, because you're probably very familiar with Piper, is the one that happened between Kevin Nash and Roddy Piper backstage. They both told very different versions of the altercation, but I'm wondering if you have the more neutral.
I don't. I wasn't there. I will tell you that I spent 6 weeks in a tour bus with Roddy Piper. I was the manager of his book tour in 2003. So I got to know Roddy real well. I heard his side of the story real well. And I got to hang out a lot and get really friendly with Kevin Nash in TNA. And I heard his side of the story. And unfortunately, unlike the Vader story, I wasn't in there, so I don't know. They certainly have two different stories. I usually say when there's two different stories, usually the truth meets somewhere in the middle. But yeah, I got the honor of being Roddy Piper's tour manager. We went all around the country in Billy Ray Cyrus's tour bus, so that was interesting.
What's your favorite story about Roddy Piper from that 6 weeks you spent with him, which must have been quite something?
Yeah, it was quite something. We were coming into Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, before it was the morning of we're getting in the morning of the Ohio State Michigan game. I don't know if you're from Canada, but Ohio State Michigan is a huge rivalry. So they had so I got a call from somebody and said, we're having a tailgate party at 8 in the morning at a bar. Could Roddy stop by and say some words to psych up the Ohio fans? So I'm thinking, a tailgate party at 8 in the morning, you know, maybe there'll be 100, 200 people there, maybe eating breakfast. I couldn't understand, but I said, Roddy, you want to do it? He goes, sure, because there were going to be television cameras there. That was the key. So we get to this bar, and literally at 7 in the morning, there was 6,000 drunk fans at 7 in the morning packing this bar the day of that game. I've never seen so many drunk people at 6 in the morning in my life. And Roddy got out and gave this, you know, the chew bubble gum thing, and gave this awesome speech, and the crowd went crazy, and we had a blast doing that. But that was a memory, because you never think you're going to pull up to a bar at 7 in the morning and there's going to be thousands and thousands of trash people that are there. But I guess that now my son went to college in not Ohio State, but a small D3 school right down the road, and I guess that's their thing they do.
And what's he like off camera as a real person?
Roddy, when he pays you, when you're working for Roddy wants you to do your job. But Roddy was one of the kindest people that you'd ever meet. You know, he's always, you know, hey, how you doing? You know, give you a hug, put his arm around you. You know, how's the family? Very sweet personality. But when it comes to business, he doesn't mess around. If he didn't like something I was doing, he didn't hesitate to let me know he wasn't happy. So, you know, as a businessman, he made you work hard. As a human being, he was a terrific guy.